Hi everyone, welcome to NetGate Chemistry. So today we'll solve some of the previous year questions of chemical bonding of GATE exams. So the first question which we are going to discuss says that among the following, the species having seesaw shape is or are. So there were four options given as SF4, XeF4, ClF4 positive and ClF4 negative, and then there were four options given A and B only, A and C, like that. So we have to find out which of the following species are having seesaw shape. So answers could be more than one also. Okay, so first of all, for seesaw shape, we know that steric number should be equal to 5, right? And also there should be 1 lone pair and 4 bond pairs. Now we'll look for the seesaw shape one by one in each of these molecules. So starting with SF4. Now here central atom will be sulfur. Sulfur belongs to oxygen family, so it will be having 6 electrons in the valence shell. Okay, now this sulfur is attached with 4 fluorines. Fluorine is univalent, so it will be attached like this. So SF4 will be having 1 lone pair plus 4 bond pair, giving you steric number of 5, which is satisfying this condition. So definitely SF4 is going to be of seesaw shape. Now moving on to the next molecule, which is XeF4. Here xenon will be the central atom. It belongs to noble gas family, so it will be having 8 electrons in the valence shell. Now this xenon is also attached with 4 fluorines. Fluorine is univalent, so it will be attached like this. So xenon will be having 2 lone pair plus 4 bond pair, giving you steric number 6. So it is not having seesaw shape. Moving on to the next molecule, which is ClF4 positive. Now here Cl will be the central atom. Now chlorine belongs to halogen family, so it will be having 7 electrons in the valence shell. So now if I want to take this positive charge onto this central atom, so I have to remove one of the electron, so it will be having then the positive charge. So now it is having 6 electrons along with a positive charge. So now we have to attach 4 fluorines here, so it will be attached like this, and there will be 1 lone pair. So here in this case 1 lone pair plus 4 bond pair, giving you steric number of 5. So it is also satisfying the condition, so it is also having the seesaw shape. Now the last molecule, which is ClF4 negative. Here also Cl will be the central atom, having 7 electrons in the valence shell. But here in this case, if I want to take this negative charge onto this central atom, then I have to introduce it like this, 1 extra electron with a negative charge. Now I have to attach 4 fluorines which are univalent, so it will be present like this. There will be 2 lone pair plus 4 bond pair, giving you steric number of 6. So it is not having seesaw shape. So the molecules having seesaw shape are SF4 and ClF4 positive. So the option having A and C as the answers will be the correct option, right? So now we'll move on to the next question. So the next question says that the shape of BrF3 is, so simply we have to find out the shape of BrF3 molecule. So here in case of BrF3, Central atom will be bromine. Bromine belongs to halogen family, so it will be having 7 electrons in the valence shell. Now this Br is attached with 3 fluorines. Fluorine is univalent, so it will be attached like this. Now it is having 2 lone pair plus 3 bond pair, giving steric number of 5. Right now, if we want to arrange these 2 lone pairs and 3 bond pairs according to Bent's rule, then how should they be arranged? First of all, they are going to have this kind of a geometry, trigonal bipyramidal type of a geometry, but we have to find out the shape of molecule. So first we'll draw the geometry, and then by ignoring the lone pairs we'll find out the shape of the molecule. So first I'm going to place these 2 lone pairs. So we know that lone pairs are S files, that means percentage S character loving, so they are going to be in these 2 positions, right? That we have discussed in Bent's rule in part 12 of chemical bonding. So there are remaining 3 fluorines, so they will be attached like this, right? You can also first orient these fluorines. So for that you should know that fluorine is electronegative, it is S non-file, so it will try to attach at the positions which is having least percentage S character, which are these 2 positions. So these 2 fluorines will be first arranged here, then the third fluorine will not be having any choice except for getting into one of these 3 positions. It will be attached here, and remaining 2 lone pairs will be attached here. So either ways you are going to get this type of a geometry, trigonal bipyramidal type of a geometry, but we have to find out the shape of this molecule. So in order to find out the shape of molecule, you just have to ignore these 2 lone pairs, and then you have to find out what type of shape you are getting. This is T shaped, so the correct option is option D, that is T shaped, right? So now we'll move on to the next question. So the next question says that in compounds of the type ECl3, where E is equals to either boron, phosphorus, arsenic or bismuth, the angle ClECl is. So we have to find out the bond angle trend. So first we have to look for the type of molecules which are being formed. So the type of molecules being formed are BCl3, PCl3, AsCl3 and BiCl3. These 4 type of molecules can be formed. So now if we look at each of these molecules, you will find that if we look for the steric number of these molecules, then we have to first find out the geometry, right? So in case of boron, it will be like this. Boron is having 3 electrons in the valence shell, so each of these 3 electrons will be bonded to Cl, so here steric number will be 3. In case of PCl3, phosphorus will be having 1 lone pair along with 3 Cl attached like this. Now we have practiced so many questions that we can make it like this directly, right? So phosphorus belongs to nitrogen family, so just like nitrogen, it will be having 5 electrons in the valence shell, out of which 3 electrons will be used for the bonding and 2 will remain as lone pair. Arsenic also belongs to nitrogen family, so it is also going to have 1 lone pair along with 3 Cl attached like this. In case of bismuth also, it will be like this. So for BCl3, steric number will be 3. For PCl3, steric number will be 4. For AsCl3, it will be 4. For BiCl3 also, it will be 4. So this is about the steric number of these 4 molecules. If we look at the hybridizations, so in this case the hybridization will be sp2, here hybridization will be sp3, here also sp3, sp3, here also sp3. Now we know that for sp2 hybridization, so before going into next step, I want to tell you that you should be knowing how to apply the concepts. So that we have discussed in the chemical bonding videos, that first we have to look for the hybridizations while looking for the angles in the molecules. So that's why I have first tried to find out the hybridizations in these molecules. So first, after finding out the hybridizations, you know that for sp2 hybridization the bond angle is generally 120 degree, and for sp3 hybridization the bond angle comes out to be generally 109 degrees. So definitely the molecule having sp2 hybridization is going to have more bond angle as compared to these three molecules. So highest bond angle will be found in case of BCl3. So definitely out of these four options, these two options are going to be cancelled out, because BCl3 is going to have the most bond angle. So these two options are cancelled out. Now out of these three we have to find out the bond angle trend. So if we look at these three molecules, then after this we have to find out the electronegativity trend of the central atom. So phosphorus is more electronegative as compared to arsenic, as compared to bismuth. So if the electronegativity of this central atom is more, then what happens? It attracts these bonded pair more towards itself, right? When it attracts these bonded pair more towards itself, what happens? Electronic repulsions takes place, right? The repulsions takes place and the bond angle increases. So more the electronegativity of the central atom, more will be the repulsions. Okay, more will be these repulsions and more will be the bond angle. So because phosphorus is having most electronegative character out of these three, so PCl3 is going to have more bond angle also. So this is the electronegativity trend. If we look at the bond angle out of these three molecules, then we will find out that electronegativity is going to be directly proportional to the bond angle in these molecules. Why? That I have told you, because more the electronegativity of the central atom, more will be the attraction of these bonded pairs towards itself, and then there will be the repulsions dominating in these molecules, and due to these repulsions the bond angle will increase. So the bond angle trend will be like this. So if we look at these four molecules, then BCl3 will be having most bond angle, followed by PCl3, then AsCl3, and then BiCl3. So out of these two, the correct option is going to be option B, right? So so far we have discussed three questions which are being asked in GATE exams from chemical bonding section. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.